We have something fun tonight. We are going to color an alligator from Jungle Pals. Hello, my name is Kimberly Smith, and I'm continuing on with our Sale-A-Bration special. Because Sale-A-Bration ends on February 29th, I thought let's do those tutorials first. I have already done 7 of the 9 or 10 that I have planned, and so this will be number 8. And we are pretty much going through this whole booklet, almost every product. The reason I'm going through this is because on February 29th, you can no longer get any of these products because you can't buy them. You have to earn them, and you earn them for free during Sale-A-Bration. This is the Jungle Pal stamp set that we're going to feature right now. We're just going to color and cut an alligator because I didn't get the dies. I know. Shame, shame. I didn't get the dies. But I don't know if I'm going to get the dies because I'm trying to use all my Sale-A-Bration items for an upcoming event I have, a scan and cut retreat I have. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to even redeem these dies, but I really do like them. So we're gonna slum it. We're gonna cut it out with scissors, guys. We're gonna cut out the alligator with scissors because that's what we have to do. All right, so let's take a piece of paper and we're going to stamp it. And the card that we're using for this is the Memories and More card. So you don't actually have to make your note card. It's already made for you. It comes in a package. I'll show you the package that I'm talking about. All right, so let's see. Over here, we got a pen. Memento Black. All right, Memento Black. Open that up. And we're going to color with Stampin' Blends markers. We're going to use Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce for our alligator to make it a fun alligator. I'll put that brochure over there. And whenever you stamp with the Stampin' Blends, you want to stamp with the Memento Black ink, and then you're going to color. I was just making cow cards. Hey, I'll show you the cow cards that I just finished. I finished all my cow cards for next month's card club. So I'll try to show them to you at the end if I remember. Sometimes I say I'm going to do all these things at the end of the video, and it doesn't come to fruition. All right, this is the alligator. It's the only one I've played with so far because, Florida gators and all that good stuff. I'm not even in Florida right now, but I still love the Florida gators. I'm in Georgia, but still close enough. They're my neighbors. I'm not even sure why I put that measurement there because that's not actually the measurement for this card. I'm just stamping onto a scrap of paper first, making sure my stamp is inked up. And then I'm going to stamp onto the piece of basic white cardstock. Go ahead and make a couple alligators so you have them for your other projects. Now the dies, if you do get the dies, which like the stamp set's free when you spend $50 at my Stampin' Up store. But the dies are free when you purchase $100 at my Stampin' Up store. So if you want to get them, they're not just good for, let's use the scissors that doesn't have a charm on it. It isn't that charming. That was one of the Stampin' Up gifts for one of the events. I think it was called a center stage gift. Anywho, when you're going to cut it out, the reason I'm doing the cutout first is because if I mess up my cutting, then I'm going to have to recolor the whole thing. So some people die cut, some people color and then they die cut, or they color and then they cut out. But to me, that's like risky. Even when you're using the scan and cut, it's risky because you could mess up even the machine could mess up your cut or whatever. So like I always cut or die cut or punch or whatever I'm doing first, and then I cut out the item. Now, the trick when you're cutting out fine, detailed things like this, it's not that fine, but is to move your paper, not your scissors. So you just you do squeeze your scissors, and then you keep opening them and squeezing them. But as you squeeze them, you move the paper, and you don't move the scissors. So I'm not cutting like a lot with the scissors. I'm just moving the paper as I squeeze the scissors shut. And that's how you get this whole nice like white outline. And I can't take out, I have a scan and cut machine, but right now I'm in the middle of photographing all my projects and doing a lot of filming and working on my table. So I could take this out and use my machine, but I'm not going to because I'm only cutting a couple of them. Okay, now I get in there, and then I just go right over to this end. I'll get in there and do the other work later. All right, so far so good. And then we're going to get in there and do these little bits by, again, moving the paper, not the scissors. Get in all the nooks and crannies. Now, I really also like the sloth, and I think I want to play with the sloth too. And if you get animal stamp sets like this, they're the perfect things for kids. They love them. Like if you have a craft club or something, this is the kind of stuff that when I go to schools, I bring all these kind of stamp sets along because they're just so easy to, then they would just, you know, they can use their little markers and crayons to color them, and it's so easy. So I've been working on my cow card club all day. My mom made adorable bags for both my 6-month, those who had the 6-month anniversary, and she made bags for every member of the card club this month coming up. And they're just so cute. And I've been working on putting all the kits together. And the reason I'm stopping to do this is because I don't think I'm going to be able to do any videos next week. And Sale-A-Bration is going to end. And I just want you to be able to know what you can get for free. So don't say I didn't tell you so. Now, I get asked the question, can you get free stuff in your starter kit? The starter kit's $99, and there's already a great special with that. You already get this glass mat studio. You get $125 worth of items. You already get free shipping on that. So you can't get free items when you build your starter kit, but of course on your first order. And from that point on, you'll start getting 20% discount, and you'll be able to get free items on your orders. So you can't put free items in your starter kit. Just so you know, you can only get them in your orders. All right, so at this point, I'm just going to go like that and get rid of that little piece just to get it out of the way. I'm almost there. I'm on the final stretch. I'm going to get rid of that little piece. Okay, to get it out of the way, I just need to get in there. And I'm putting the outline distance around it. Now, some people say, oh, you know, I like cutting with scissors. It's therapeutic. Well, I prefer not to cut with scissors because it's like, yeah, it might be therapeutic, but there's a lot quicker ways, like the dies, and the dies are quicker. My machine is quicker, but c'est la vie. It's not quicker to clean my table to bring the machine out right now. All right, so there you go. That's all there is to that. So now we're going to color it. Now that we have a cut, and if we accidentally snipped off the tail or something, we wouldn't need to color it. That's why I say always like cut it out first. Okay, for the coloring scheme, I'm going to use shaded spruce for the outside, and I'm going to use the thin part of the shaded spruce. Each of your blends, alcohol markers, have a brush tip and a small tip. So I'm going to work with the small tip because this is not that big of a animal here. And I left the little nails open, like white. Or not nails, claws, I guess. Yeah, claws. See you later, alligator. Can't help sing that song. Okay, now and then I did the whole back. I went along the back. And then I went along the top of the head here. Now, shaded spruce, as in almost all of the blends, they come in pairs, dark and light. But I didn't want to use the two. I thought shaded spruce was too dark for the whole alligator. So that's why I'm just going to go above his mouth here. I'm using the combination of granny apple green. And then we'll just kind of go in there. can, if you want to get these little scales. So that's all I'm using the shaded spruce for. And I'm going to blend it in with the dark granny apple green. I'm just using the small side. Only because this one I would normally use the brush side, but I'm just going to use circular motions to sort of blend that in. I left the eyes a little bit lighter. It actually comes out better when it dries. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. Okay, now I might be able to get to the brush side. My brush is, like you'll see, my brush is sort of jacked up, see? So I didn't want to, like, it doesn't have a lot of... Oh, here's what you can do, though. This is what I do when it's jacked up like that. I push it in, and I just trim it off. And it gets rid of, like, it makes it a little bit pointier. Or you can, of course, get a new one. That would work, too. But these are new. I mean, kind of fairly new. I mean, not new, meaning there's ink in them, so I don't want to get... All right, let me go back to the small... Let me go back to the small side. More precision. And I'm leaving the teeth white. Okay, now just keep going over, go over the shaded spruce with your granny apple green again, and that way you kind of blend those colors together. And it gives it a really cool outer glow. So you can, like, get a better look at that one. That one's gonna, this is gonna look like that when it dries. Of course, then we add our wink of Stella, our little glitter brush. Oops, gotta get down here. And then I use the light granny apple green for the back scales. And I'm using the small side of the light granny apple green. These, like, help keep the alligator cool. And that's all. Easy peasy. Let's take our wink of Stella and color. Give it a good old shake, shake, shake. Alcohol markers dry quickly, but when you put this on, it kind of helps spread. If you put it on before the alcohol dries, then it kind of does keep it a little bit. It lets the ink, like, spread around a little more, which is kind of cool too. Giving it a little bit more of a watercolor look when you... So I like using wink of Stella to paint with as well. All right, so that's good. And now the card. We're using leftover paper from your Sale-A-Bration Club. We're still using our Sunny Days Designer Series paper. So we like to refer to these things because I try to use Sale-A-Bration over and over. So we have our free stamp set. Then you're going back here, and we're going back to this one. We're now going to use the Sunny Days Designer Series paper for this card. Leftover pieces, simply cute as can be. And it also has shaded spruce as one of the colors. And Pool Party, you're going to see how I tie in those colors. And then, for the sentiment, keep on going. Go back here. Am I using Sale-A-Bration? Yes, I am. Softly Sophisticated. It's one of the bundles you can get when you spend $100. So I'm pretty much using all the free products on this, except for the cards itself. All right, so the cards itself. Let's do that. Here's the paper. We're using Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. They come in a pack of 40, but it's not 40. Don't think like 40 cards. It's more like... It's 10 cards like this, right? 10 little cards and 10 little cute little envelopes, see? Aren't they cute? And then it comes with 10 cards like this, the big size. And you can use these with memories and more cards. And then 10 envelopes like this. Okay, so when it says 40, that's because, so you get 20 cards, 10 of each side. It's not like 40 as in 40... different cards. So get your bone folder, and I like to use a ledge There's already, this cardstock is very thick. It's actually thicker than the regular basic white I just used for the alligator. It's really thick cardstock. So these are not like, you know when you get a paper pumpkin and they're not super thick? This is super thick. These are good quality card. So that's how you fold your card. And then you just go like this. I mean, that's what I did. I measured it. I was like, oh, it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. See? I went, that's easy. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So then I just grabbed paper and I was like, okay, so we make it 3 by 4. And then the next one 1/4 inch smaller than that. So let's see what we have here. I know I have more of this paper. Here we go. Okay, this is my little cheat sheet for my sizes. All right, so we're gonna use this piece. And it is Pool Party. So you're gonna make this one. Now, if the pattern is gonna go this way, let's see, I made the lines go this way. Reverse angle like this. So I'm gonna go like 4 inches this way. And then 3 inches this way. See what I'm saying? Because I want the lines to go like, almost like it's raining kind of, right? See that? Easy peasy. All right, so and you even have another one. You can make more cards. Make more cards later. Now we need a little piece of petal pink. Oh, by the way, this paper is fantastic. Look at all these cute little things on it. Cherries, rainbows, flowers, butterflies. It's just, I love this. Here, strawberries, flowers. It's great summer paper. You also need a little piece of the ones with the sun on it. Here comes the sun. You need that piece with the sun. Okay, let's find out the other piece of that. We are looking for the petal pink piece. I know there's a petal. Is this it? Nope. That's that one we just did. Here we go. Here's pieces. I already had them. I had them saved, put aside. I didn't even need to cut that again. I had already had it cut. Oh, well. Good for me. Let's go like this. Now, take the next piece, and we're going to make it 1/4 inch smaller. So we just go, okay, that one was, since the note card, again, was 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, then this was 3 by 4, then the next one's going to be 3, or 2 and, what is it? 2 3/4, right? By 3 3/4, because the paper before it was 3 by 4, right? So we just keep making it 1/4 inch smaller. Oops, I totally messed that up and I was supposed to do it the other way. You know what? I'm going to go with this one, though. I kind of like it. And besides, I have no more petal pink paper, so we have to do it this way. Sizes are correct, but reverse order. I'm kind of liking that vibe, too. And now we're going to take the sun, and we're going to make an 3/4 inch strip for the sun. Okay, and then we're just going to put that little strip across the middle. And then we're going to put our cute little alligator on there. All right, so we need some adhesive. Not that I don't have more petal pink, because I actually have another whole pack of this paper, but again, I'm trying to put this in some of my kits, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to give everybody like 6 sheets or 12 sheets, so I don't want to cut into a new pack. Because it's when you order for, when you have a retreat, I'm having a virtual scan and cut retreat. And then I have you're allowed to get a box of a retreat kit. It's going to be like epic. It's an epic box. It has like vinyl and cardstock, and it's just a lot of, I have to make sure I have everything that I need for all the projects. So I don't want to cut into new packs of paper. I'm just hoping to give everybody some of this little paper because I love this paper. And it's so great for summer. I just want to center that better. All right. Sometimes, I mean, it's okay. I was centered, but I didn't have enough adhesive to stick it down. Let's get on there. All right. So we put this. Now, when you use any paper from a pack in different combinations, it doesn't really matter like how I switch this around. It still works because the colors still coordinate. Okay, I'm going to put that little piece across the middle with the sun. like so. I was going to say, there's no way it's straight on the first try. Now it's straight. Cut off the excess. Trim off the excess. More adhesive. Oh! This Seal Plus is so strong that sometimes it eats my paper. Then you have to be careful because it'll eat your paper if you try to go over a rip piece. So instead, start it back up. Start it over here and don't go over the rip piece too much because it'll rip again. So that's cool. Okay, you see that? Still works. Just be careful with that little rip piece. It's 2-ply paper, so like you're not going to go all the way through. And even if you did, there's a piece of paper underneath it. So it's way reinforced. Okay, keep the sun right side up so that, you know, your card's not upside down. So just keep in mind your pattern. And that's going to go there, popped up with dimensionals and Wink of Stella, of course. So we need our little glitter brush again. So I'm going to use, I like to use small dimensionals on the tail. And don't worry that the ink went through to the other side. That happens whenever you have, when you use alcohol markers, they bleed through, but nobody can see that anyway. I'm just overly generous with my dimensionals, as you can see. Oh, funny. Okay. I probably used 3 too many dimensionals on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 was not necessary, even for me who loves dimensionals. I think 3 would have done the trick. Oh, I had already put Wink of Stella on it. It's shining. I just didn't know it was shining. I should center it better. I didn't know it was shining until I looked at it again in the light. All right, so now for our sentiment. In your kit, you were provided, when I say kit, some of you ordered a Sale-A-Bration kit. And in that kit, I put one of these cute little flags in there for you. Die cut little flags. So you're just going to put that. This is from Stylish Shapes Dies, I believe. And you're going to take your Granny Apple Green because it coordinates. Open that up. Get a little stamping block. I'm putting a little bit of ink on the stamping block. And I'm just inking up the edges of the little banner with the Granny Apple Green. You could dip the stamping blending brush straight into your ink, but then you're going to have a big old blob of ink. And so I like to, the first way I control the ink is by putting it on the block. The second way I control it is by dabbing some off onto the silicone mat. So that's how I can control how much ink goes onto my projects. And then we need the shaded spruce. Softly Sophisticated. Hello there. Because this doesn't come with sentiments, you need to use sentiments from another set. So why not use it from a free set? Sale-A-Bration. Okay, ink that up. Tap, tap, tap. Where's my little scrap paper? There we go. Okay, that works. Just, you're inking it up onto a scrap paper so that you make sure that you have good ink coverage. And then get it off there don't push it and slide it. Oh, that came out nice. Don't push it and slide it or it'll smear. Just tap it off and let it fall down. Okay, this time I'm going to use big dimensionals. I'll just use the ends of this. This one's a good one. We'll use this one. Oops, that one has this adhesive on it. little piece sticking out there. Get out of the way. Okay, these have to go in my cleaning bin because I forgot that I put ink all over my scissors. All right, put that over here. Move this out of the way. I got my jacket on. I'm freezing out in my she shed, but not as freezing as you guys on these other parts of the country. Yay. Actually, I like that one too. I do like the first one better, but since I don't have any more petal pink paper, had to go with that one. Do you guys like, which one do you like better? This or that? This design or this? Same design, same measurements, and I'll write the measurements for you. Get a piece of paper. I'll write the ink as well. So it's the Memories and More small card, because there's 2 cards. And the card is, when you're done, it's 4 1/4 times 3 1/4. Wait a minute, 3, no. Is it 3 1/4? Hold on. Yes, by 3 1/4, okay? And then it's, so the next layer is going, so that's the card. And then we have DSP. Oh, here, let me put that there so you can vote while I'm doing this. DSP equals sunny days. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. All right. Let's see. Layer 1 would be, we're just going to take that number up there and we're going to take a 1/4 inch off it. 4 inches by 3 inches. Next layer, take a 1/4 inch off this. It's 3 3/4 times 2 3/4. Okay. Next one is going to be 4 inches, times 3 1/4, 3/4 of an inch. So those are your layers. So, you know, you're going to look like this. It's going to be like that. And the next layer is going to be slightly smaller. And then we have a little bit that goes across the one. It's like that. And then we have our ink. Memento Black. Shaded Spruce. Dark and light. Oh, no, just dark. No, just the light. Shaded Spruce. It's just the light one, not the dark one. It's the Granny Apple Green, light and dark. Granny Apple Green. That one is the light and dark. Good. So just so you know what I'm talking about are these. They come in light and dark. You can see them on the side. It'll say Granny Apple Green Light. So that's what I'm using. Okay, so Caroline's saying this one she likes better. But she does think the pink one's cute too. And thank you for being a channel member, Caroline. And Linda from Stamp Cut and Create also likes this one better. So thank you, Linda, for being a channel member. They are my YouTube channel members. I appreciate your support. Hey, hello, T. Barnes. Nice that you caught me live. Caroline loves these animals. Great little gator seat. Linda, you need these for Florida. They would go maybe good at your craft fairs. You do. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. Thank you for being a channel member, Debbie Salinas. Oh, I'm glad you got this, Ingrid. Ingrid got the stamp set and dies. Thank you, Ingrid. Denise Wisdom, another channel member. I'm glad you guys all get notified. That is so awesome. So that was these were the blends. I'll say hi in a minute, but be sure to hit like if you like the video as you're watching it. Thank you. Kathy from Backyard Stamper, I appreciate you being here. That was the blends, and then the regular ink, we had the same, Granny and Shaded Spruce. So both. Granny Apple Green is going to be the edge. We're just going to blend the edge, and then the sentiment. Shaded Spruce will be for the sentiment. So that's your SPRU. Okay. Sentiment. All right, there are your cards, and there you could take a screenshot of how we just did that. Now I'm going to show you a bunch of other Sale-A-Bration stuff, but as promised, I want to show you something that's not Sale-A-Bration. My cows. Got to show you my cows. So if you go to my website or the link in the description beneath here, you'll see I have something called Paper Chef's Offerings. And one of the things you can do is sign up for the card club. And my mom made these cute little bags for every member of the card club. Some of you are going to get the little pink top one. And that's what your little treats are going to go in. I'll do a little video that shows all the contents of the kit. Some of you will get the little black top one. And some of you are getting 2 bags this month. If you've reached your 6-month anniversary for being in the card club, you're getting a different swag bag as well. Because the 6-month anniversary people, they get swag. They get a swag bag. And it might be cows, it might be farm, and it might be a purple. And if you like cats, I have one with cats. So let me know if you're a 6-monther. So that's what you get for staying in the card club. Now this is what we're making in next month's card club in March. We're using the Cutest Cows stamp set. And this is using the rock and roll paper that's in your kit. And I've designed these with granny apple green and copper clay and rock and roll. And then I designed these with, let's see, crumb cake and boho blue because it's a card on blue card club. So you always get something blue. And then this one is going to be perennial. I'm not perennial. Poetic expressions. And you also get a little bonus paper. You're going to get 5 samples of this luster paper in 5 different colors. And we're going to use it all. There's Moody Mauve. There's the Wild Wheat. There's the Copper Clay luster. And there's the Pebbled Path luster. Maybe we didn't use them all. Oh, yeah, we use them all because one time there's only enough to like do one. You could do one of these with the Wild Wheat, but you make 2 of each card in the card club. So you're going to make one of these with the boho blue as your little background here with your luster paper. So anyway, that's what we're making. And I'm happy with them. I'm working on the kits and trying to get all the little... I went to Cracker Barrel. I got some really cute, cow candies. All right, so now I want to get back to Sale-A-Bration because that's what we're talking about tonight in this video. So in this club or series, I want to call it a series. This is our 8th video. We have done so much, like in this last couple months. We have done these. We made these cards here using the softly stippled. We're using softly sophisticated paper and the softly stippled. This one, designer series paper. And these are all the sympathy cards. I know I need to get off my butt and mail these cards. And then there's an appreciation card as well. So sympathy, appreciation. You learned the measurements for all these cards. They're all the same. These are exactly the same, except for this one is we stamped it with wild wheat in the background, whereas this one, I just used the paper. These are for some of my friends who lost their parents recently. So I have those cards going out soon. All right, well, there's a lot more in this club we made. We're still making this one. This will be video number 9, I believe, because we've already made 8 cards. We've already done this watermelon card. We're going to be doing this one, which is a little bit different. It's a designer series paper card, and it's very similar to the design. Similar, but not the same to the design I made one of the cow cards. You see, the cow cards doesn't have... It's this is a designer series paper card, and so is this, but this one has an extra layer than that one. You see how you got panels of DSP? So we're going to be doing this card with some linen thread. And we did this Enjoy Your Day. Now, these guys are from the Watercolor Melon stamp set, which is free during Sale-A-Bration. And everybody that comes to my Scan and Cut retreat, unless they request something different, they're all getting this stamp set. So, Caroline, I saw you signed up for the retreat. So, what would you like as your other Sale-A-Bration item instead? Because I saw that you already had this one. So, like, you get to pick anything you want from this book that's a $50 freebie. Isn't that cute? And we did layer that up with the machine. This one doesn't have dies with it, so I did show you how to cut this with the Scan and Cut. Now, the other thing we used for that stamp set is we used this one, Heartfelt Hellos. I used that a lot. Enjoy Your Day, Enjoy Your Day. Okay, you know where the hello there comes from. It's the same stamp set we just used, but this one is from this free stamp set. Okay, I just went to go get them. So here's what the watercolor melon looks like. It's a two-step stamping process. And when you add this and then the seeds, you get that beautiful thing that I showed you. And then there's heartfelt hellos. So some examples other than the ones I just showed you are this Mother's Day card. And these Mother's Day cards use this heartfelt hello stamp set. But let's add one more thing to the mix. We have the Bright and Beautiful. Or no, that's not Bright and Beautiful. It's called Flight and Airy. It's like this and that. It's called Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. Super beautiful paper. And that has the little birds on it and everything. So very nice. Can't find mine. I made these like gigantic diaper folds using that paper. And I know I didn't give them away yet, but I don't see them anywhere. Oh, I do see them. They're across the room. All right, so maybe next time I'll show them. So then anyway, okay, Mother's Day card, Flight and Airy. Okay, and then let's see. Easter cards with the Flight and Airy. And again with the heartfelt hellos. All right, I will show you more masculine cards next time, some tools I made because I had a meeting where I do these weekly updates with our team, and I was just showing them all my cards, and now they're not close to me right now. I have tool cards where it says, Dad, you're the best, and I have love cards. I made something with every one of these sentiments, and I actually just put it on my Instagram page. I just did a reel earlier. A reel is a video, so if you want to see cards in greater detail, you can see them there. All right. I appreciate you all for watching and for liking this video. Have a great evening. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef.